damage and stuff. Like if you had a bunch, you could take out a couple of units with that. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just feel like there's a few things that still need to be fine-tuned and maybe brought into the game or taken out or something. But that's just my whole rant on the topic, I guess. I don't know if I've missed out anything, but that's just what I've noticed so far.
Yeah, I mean, does the Reaper really get used for anything other than doing what a Colossus does, except jump up a cliff, have a look at something, then get shot, and that's it. Off he goes, and he doesn't get used again. I just don't see that many Reapers around.
Well, actually, I think the Reaper is an unexplored unit. Like that much. Like I saw a game, I think on GSL or something, where QXC was using mass Reapers at a late game mass Reaper, and it was destroying buildings. So I think there's more things you can do with Reapers and stuff. But yeah, I mean, again, it's a Terran thing. I don't feel from right now. I feel like Terran is it's a well-rounded race right now. I feel like it has the most dynamic usage of its units in terms of combat. I feel like, and again, Zerg, I mean, what kind of playstyles have we seen? We have seen Roach, in terms of unit composition, Roach Hydra Corruptor, Zergling Infestor Roach, which is kind of Destiny's playstyle, Broodlords. But nobody uses the Ultralisk. And why is that? Because they kind of suck. I mean, they're good. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying, there's not very many situations where you would really use the Ultralisk. And my friends told me that they should make the Ultralisk morph into a Banalisk. It would turn into a gigantic nuke. Or something. I was like, that's ridiculous. That's kind of a little bit imbalanced, but I just had to bring that up because I thought it was so funny and that made sense to me.
So, if you're theory crafting right now, Sen told me an interesting thing about what he thought about Zerg versus other races, and he said Zerg needs their own invisible unit. And I know there's burrowing and it's roaches, but you know how people can just, sit on one base and mass up some DPs or mass up DPs and win the game. I don't know. I mean, I don't think the balance issue or anything can be solved through something like that.
It'll never be solved. But
yeah.
But as far as SC1 versus SC2, Zerg had so many more caster units. In SC1, they had Queen, the Defiler, and I can't think of anything else. They had but they had other stuff to kind of round everything out, Scourges. Devourers, I guess that's kind of a caster unit too. And
Devourers? No.
Wait, weren't they? Oh no, they were just anti-air.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
I mean, everybody says they want the Lurker to come back. And I mean, I didn't actually play Brood War. From what I've heard of the Lurker, yes, as a Zerg I'd want it to come back, but would you as other races, and random, want it to come back? Which I know is a weird question, but thoughts, if any.
Well, I think Lurker would probably kind of fit into what Mona said about stealth units, because back in Brood War 1, Lurker drops used to be so potent because you would be able to you could rush Lurkers and then you would just go to their base, and if they didn't have detection, you just burrow and siege up their main and instantly destroy their command center, nexus, or hive or hatchery or whatever. So they were pretty useful. So I hope I mean the model for the Lurker is already in the game. So I hope they bring them back. I don't know, that's just me. Yeah, Protoss. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I doubt that they will. I mean, it's at this point, if you bring back Brood War units, it becomes completely imbalanced once again. It turns everything on its head. Lurkers would just be, wow. They would just completely remodeled ZVT, for example, because you're gonna have to get ravens like you got science vessels, or else you would have to stand everywhere. It's just like a different dynamic, and I do think that some units. You were saying earlier how motherships aren't used, so they're not really useful and they should be replaced. But Blizzard does introduce these super useless, high tier units just for the sake of BM, I think. Because it's the same
Justin Browder.
Yeah, Justin Browder BM unit.
He's just laughing at us. Let's introduce the mothership. And,
exactly. I mean, Scouts in Brood War. Scouts were this useless little paper airplane that were only good anti-air, but only in big numbers. They were so expensive that no one built them, except when you wanted to either stove someone, which was a cheesy trolley build, or if you wanted to BM someone. So those units exist just for the fun of it sometimes. By accident, of course.
I feel like the Scouts a lot more. I mean, versus the mothership. I feel like it's much more feasible in terms of conceptually more feasible.
No, because you would have to have them in such large numbers. A mothership does a lot of things for what it is. A scout would just completely put you behind. You would have to be playing someone very under your level. You would really have to be condescending on someone to be able to build a scout.
I mean, I suppose a question to all would be, do we want to make Blizzard get creative and make something new, bring something new to the table? Make them work for the pay a little bit more than reusing their own stuff. To Protoss and a random, what units? I know I'm not asking you to make a unit now. Just if you could get in there for a day and make them make any unit, be it a new air or new ground or new both, which would you pick for your favourite race?
Well, it just depends, I guess. If a mothership exists, I would say give Zerg and Terran their own capital type ship. Why not? Since they already have a BM unit like the mothership in the game. Might as well give one to the Terran and the Zerg. Actually, that's one thing I noticed. Why does Zerg not have a crazy capital ship type? I mean, they have Brood Lords, okay, but Terrans have the battle cruiser. The Protoss have carriers, which is another very unused unit, is a carrier. But, I think the Zerg deserve some kind of a capital ship type unit.
Come on, Protosses, what do we think?
I think most of my complaints with Blizzard are not so much unit-based, as they are game engine based, if that makes sense. Unit crowding, for example, cliffs no longer having that missed chance of missing when you fire off a cliff. Those are the things that I'm angry about, not so much the unit composition. Because what I think that does is, for example, the cliff thing. It's just, if you don't see up there, you miss. It's a completely different, it's completely the same as if the units up there were cloaked. And so it's not introducing complexity into the game, if that makes sense. It's just the same exact thing, you just need something to be beside it. And that sort of mechanic, since it's replicated within the game engine, I feel like it's just, why not put in the 30% misfire chance? I'm not sure what that would do to the game, but that's something I really want to see.
What about you, Monty? Any thoughts, Madali?
I would like to see an alternative to Immortals, because I don't like them that much. And it would be cool to they could bring Rivers back.
Hey guys, I'm an immortal. I'm an immortal, guys. Oh wait, I can't shoot air, even though I clearly can't. I can't aim up. I have arms, but I can't aim up. Do you guys see that Baneling BBQ comic where it's I don't know if you guys read those SC2 comics, but there's a comic out there called Baneling BBQ, and in one of the panels, it's or one of those comic strips, it's this Protoss is designing this new unit. Oh, it's called the Immortal, and then the guy's like, oh, but we've made a manufacturing error where it can't aim up. but then the guy he's talking to, he's like, all right, let's put this in production immediately. But then he's like, did you not hear me? They can't aim up. He's like, just put them out into production immediately. So it's just kind of like, you know.
Fair enough.
I think if Immortals could aim up and shoot air units, like if they could attack like armored air units, I think they'd be a lot. I think it would open up a new style of Kotos play. I think it would open up like mech toss play.
Mech toss.
Yeah, because you know how Terrans they have the mech style where it's just Hellions, Thor, and tanks, like the mech style play. And if they had Immortals attack air, maybe we could open a new style of Protoss. I just want to see more different styles, because I'm tired of seeing the whole Colossi gateway unit composition or like Archon gateway. Well, okay, actually no, I'm happy to see Archons used more. That's one thing I think Blizzard's doing right. Archons are awesome. They're using them more now, especially like top tier Korean in the ladder and like in competitive play. They're using Archons more, which is good.
And the Phoenix builds are cool too. I love them to use Phoenix build in the NASL.
But it's not like something where you could definitely say, oh, this is. Well, I guess you could say this is a purely Stargate. Well, it's going to be stupid because Void Rays and Phoenixes aren't really, you can't really use that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining about. Maybe I'm just. I don't know. Some people will say that that's enough for them. Maybe Protoss isn't. Maybe Protoss has not been exploited to its full potential.
I think we just need to drop you into Blizzard, don't we? And we give you to Justin and you have a rant with Justin for half an hour and tell him what you think and give him a slap.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Okay, have we explored topic 1 to an extent we feel we are happy, guests?
I am happy.
We are all happy. Are we all happy?
We're all happy.
Yeah,
good.
we're happy.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm done ranting. Go on to the next.
Okay, let's carry that ranting on into topic number 2. Topic number 2, team play. Is it a lost art nowadays? Games like TF2, LOL, WoW, etc. Games which are now at the front of team gaming. Counter-Strike is on the I can't put that nicely, I'm afraid, I'm sorry. But do we think that team play is lost to people who are randomly put together? Do they not work as hard as they used to? How many times have we nearly broke our keyboard because somebody has let the team down? So.
Oh man. Oh god. I don't. What do you mean by lost art? You mean like? Do you mean like there are less games out there that are, or I don't.
I suppose it's more the newer generation that are coming out, perhaps console gamers transferring. Do they not know what is involved in team play, perhaps, when you don't know the people who you're playing with?
Maybe it's just that the games that are coming out require like more coordination. Like Counter-Strike, it's obviously vastly different from a game like League of Legends or Heroes of New Earth. Because Counter-Strike is just, you have like, it's an FPS. I don't really know how versus like something like League of Legends where it's like a MOBA where there's so many different it's like positioning, skills and how you initiate, and then there's just so many factors. Whereas like in Counter-Strike you just have to it's almost like I don't want to say real life, where it's just you just kind of have to follow the team leader and just make sure you keep yourself alive and support as best as you can. It's easy to do that. And same with even in Team Fortress. Well, maybe Team Fortress is a little more dynamic, but it's still kind of the same concept. Versus like League of Legends, it's like you're fighting against another team, and if the other team is better coordinated, they know what their heroes or champions are capable of, and better than what their champions and what your champions are capable of, then they're gonna win.
Something else I was going to bring up is it's the way that the teams are made up. If you've got 5 people on a team and 3 of them or 4 of them just want to be the main man who goes out and shoots things, and you haven't got many people who want to be support or healing, if you've got a lot of egos in the game,